I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ros Hastings, and I'm the current editor of the Iscn 2024, as well as being the chair of the Iscn Standing Committee. I'm a registered clinical cytogeneticist, and I have a PhD in genetics, and I'm also a fellow of the Royal College of Pathologists. Having worked in research and diagnostic genomics for many years, I now work as a consultant for the Genomics Quality Assessment, GenQA. That is a global external quality assessment proficiency testing provider, and it's based in the UK at Oxford University Hospitals and also in Edinburgh, in the BioQuarter there. Well, Iscn is an international standard for cytogenomics nomenclature, and it allows the description of apparently normal and abnormal results across the different technologies at chromosome and at gene level. And this includes numerical, structural, pathogenic variants, as well as repeat expansions and haplotypes. Iscn is needed, in fact required, for accurate reporting of results as well as for accurate interpretation by clinicians. And the current version of Iscn is the result of feedback and suggestions from the genomics community and the Iscn Standing Committee. All the clinical and diagnostic and research staff will benefit who are working in genomics with this new version of Iscn 2024, whether they're writing their findings from different methodologies or they are reading patient results. So, in effect, everybody who's working in genomics will benefit from this new version. So Iscn has been revised and restructured for the benefit of the genomics community, with additional examples in all the chapters, including new examples for mosaics, for chimeras, for clones, for composite karyotypes, moles, as well as things like chromothripsis. Previously, in previous versions, some of the rules were hidden within the written description of the different examples, and as such, it was very difficult to work out what all the rules are. So now we have a new chapter describing the generic rules with more specific rules within the relevant chapters. For example, we now clarify the sequential rule order in which related clones, unrelated clones, or mixed clones are given. The rules have been codified, so it makes it much easier for staff to apply the Iscn, and it's much more user-friendly, hopefully. Iscn now clearly describes when to apply the karyotype and the microarray formats with explanation and examples. There are some new abbreviations, for instance, for when you're not disclosing the sex of a patient, for uniparental inheritance, for genome mapping, and for methylation-specific nomenclature. And there's a new chapter now for genomic mapping and new sections for the region-specific assay chapter, which include targeted chromosome analysis, targeted microarray analysis, fusion genes, expansion repeats, and methylation disorders. Finally, the sequencing chapter has now included aneuploidy examples where both the Iscn and HGVS are given, and the example description states whether both or either, or in some cases where the Iscn description can be used on its own as it is more informative. So overall, there are a lot of changes to Iscn 2024, but they are for the benefit of the genomics community and incorporate new technologies. I think it's an essential part of the genomics diagnostic service that you should have ISCN 2024 because it's specific for certain technologies. Karyotyping is the obvious one, but it's also important for array, for sequencing, as I've already mentioned, methylation specific assays, and also targeted chromosome analysis. So it is an essential part of the diagnostic genomic service. And it covers the breadth and depth of the cytogenomic abnormalities detected by those different technologies. And now with it being codified and the streamlining of the chapters, it should be more accessible to all. The ISCN Standing Committee hopes that the restructuring into this new format and the addition of the generic rules chapter will be beneficial for all. And don't forget that if you purchase the online edition, then you can see the forum where questions and suggestions can be made to the cytogenetics community, and you could either read their responses or you yourself can ask questions where you've got challenges writing the ISCN. So we do hope that you will enjoy ISCN 2024, see the benefits. Obviously, we've now got genome mapping as a nomenclature, and that going forward that you will find this helpful.